One of our family's favorite cookies are these chocolate sugar cookies, and they are so easy to make, so delicious. I made a batch of these just the other day and they were gone in one day. So I'm gonna show you how I make these. First thing I'm gonna start off with is 1 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And then I'm going to add in 1 cup of butter. I'm gonna throw that in. I melted it in the microwave. As long as it's softened is okay, you don't have to melt it. And then I'm gonna throw in 2 eggs in here. 1 and 2. And then I'm going to use the mixer. You can either use a KitchenAid stand mixer or a hand mixer, and you wanna blend these two together. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our teaspoon of vanilla. 1 teaspoon of vanilla in the mixture. Throw that in. And then we're also going to add in our 3 cups of cocoa powder. 1, 2, 2, and 1 more, 1/4. So 3/4, and then we are going to blend these two together. Okay, that's what it looks like. It's gonna be really fluffy, the dough. You want it all incorporated and mixed in together. And then we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt. I just threw it all in here. 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda. We're gonna throw that in there. We're gonna mix these together. And then we're going to add in 2 cups of all-purpose flour. You do not want to overmix. You just want it just combined. But you do want all of that flour mixed in. You don't want any lumps sticking out. And you don't want to see any of the flour, so you want it all incorporated, all mixed in there together. Once this is all mixed in, then we're going to put this in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. Last time I put it in the fridge for a couple hours. The longer it's in the fridge, the longer that flavor is going to develop, and it's going to be easier to work with as well, because we are then making it into balls and then we are dipping it in sugar, so it's going to be a lot easier to work with as well. We want the dough cooled. But it also helps to enhance the flavor as well. So that's what we want it to look like. Then we're going to put, you can put either plastic cover over it, saran wrap. I just put the lid on it and I'll put it in the fridge for at least 30 minutes, but probably closer between an hour and a half. So I just took the dough out of the fridge. I had it in there for about an hour 30 minutes. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it into balls. Try to get as even as possible. Try to get them as much the same size, but it doesn't really matter. And then I have some cane sugar here, and I'm going to dip it in the cane sugar and then line it up on my cookie sheet. Line it up on my cookie sheet. Take a little bit here. So usually what I do is just make a bunch of little balls, stick it in here. Some I make big, some I make small. Oh, it gets different sizes. If you do have like a scooper, that will help if you want them all the same size. But I don't have a scooper with me right now, so I'm just gonna make the different balls, and then I just dip them in the sugar mixture, dip them in the sugar, and then put them on my cookie sheet. Dip them in, put them on my cookie sheet. And just keep doing that until all of the dough is done. You can make about 2 dozen cookies with this dough, this recipe. Another thing you can do if you didn't want to make all of them right now, this dough freezes very well. You could just put it in a container, or you could put it in a Ziploc bag. You could pre-roll them in the balls, and then you can take it out when you want and then dip them in the sugar and then put them on and cook them. So that's another option if you didn't want them all at the same time. There's nothing like fresh cookies, so that's a really good option if that's what you were wanting, or if you want all of them at the same time. I guess it depends on what you need. And then once you have 12 on your cookie sheet, you're going to put it in the oven at 350, and between 8 to 10 minutes is how long you're going to put it in the oven. Once the sides, you'll see them where they'll be a little crispy on the edge. That's when you want to take them out. And when you take them out, you do want them to sit there for at least 3 minutes before you take them off and put them on your cooling rack. Just because if they're hot, they will break. So you want to do that. So I have enough here now. So I have my 12. I'm going to stick these in the oven and I'll let you know what they look like. I just took them out of the oven and they look delicious. You want to sit them on your cookie sheet for at least 3 minutes before you take them off, before you put them on your cooling rack. If they are too hot when you move them, they will break. But once you take them off, they've been sitting here for a little bit now. Just wanted to show you what they look like. They are so good. These are a favorite to our family and so easy to make. I hope that you will give them a try. Let me know in the comments if you give them a try. Thanks for watching. Be sure to click on subscribe and we'll see you in the next video.